Widely considered the last great World War II shooter to being one of the greatest FPS games, Call of Duty World at War is one of the most underrated titles in this enormous franchise. Many would say this game is a classic, through its amazing campaign, to its gritty and fun multiplayer, and finally to its scary and groundbreaking zombies. What made Call of Duty World at War? Starting with the campaign, at face value, the World War campaign doesn't look like it should be so special. World War II single player had been overdone at the time. World War tells World War II differently, with you playing as both the German and Russian side of the conflict, and the US and Japan side of the conflict, with you going between them, both mission by mission. But the main thing is the dark, gritty, somber atmosphere in every mission. World at War was the first game in the franchise to use historical footage in its storytelling. The Black Ops series would later become known for this style. World at War opens up with Private Miller captured on a small island, becoming the last of his unit. The opening scene is really eerie and sets the tone for the game. Instantly you know who the good guys and the bad guys are. You push through the village and get ambushed by Japanese soldiers. This opening mission is probably one of the most memorable in the franchise. World at War has a great array of missions, with them all being fairly simple. Majority are pure bad guys, with some switching it up like controlling a tank. When you're not playing as Private Miller against the Japanese forces, we're introduced to Dmitri and Reznov, and probably one of the most brutal and chilling openings in Call of Duty history. Probably in gaming history, if we're being real. World at War grips you right away. With both openings, it makes you feel involved and invested in the game. World at War uses the same A-B storytelling as COD 4. As for playable characters, you have Sergeant Sullivan for the Private Miller side, and then you have Viktor Reznov for Dmitri and the Russian stuff. The gameplay and the level design is typical COD single player, with it being similar to COD 4 just in World War II. World War was the first game to have a co-op campaign feature, which was very different at the time. It was refreshing, not many games had it at the time, so it was a big selling point. For the AI, same as COD 4, sometimes it can be a bit buggy. For the most part it's fine, but you definitely do have hiccups at times. The visuals by today's standards are outdated, but I still don't find them bad, and I would say it's fairly easy to go and play today. This campaign is on the shorter end, so no mission is wasted, with Private Miller and Sullivan trying to get the boys back home safely, and Dmitri and Reznov cutting through the German forces. I think this game's campaign is so well remembered because of its memorable characters, use of historical footage, subtle and brilliant storytelling, simple and fun gameplay, and really just how the game makes you feel. From Miller and Sullivan's selflessness and doing anything to get his soldiers back home, to Dmitri and Reznov seeking vengeance at every corner, willing to do anything for it. World at War is one of the more serious COD single players, and one of the best at that. Its themes, ideas, make up for any shortcomings it may have, with visuals and gameplay. World at War's campaign is one of the best I've played. It's effective and a brilliant experience. World at War's multiplayer is basically COD 4, just in World War II. Treyarch bring over everything from COD 4, creator class to kill streaks, rank and prestige. Treyarch mostly just put their twist on things. They didn't push any boundaries or make a multiplayer that was years ahead of its time. They did what they needed and executed to the best of their abilities, creating a good and fun multiplayer experience. This multiplayer may not have any revolutionary changes, but added weapons, perks, modes, maps that we all look at as classics. World at War didn't innovate much. It kinda just did what it needed to do. For kill streaks in this game, it was copy and paste from COD 4, except instead of attack chopper, they introduced attack dogs, which since then has always been a fan favorite kill streak. Some things you could even say downgraded from COD 4, with there being less attachments, less weapons. Overall, creator class in World at War feels a little bare bones at times. The map design in World at War was solid. This game was the start of the traditional Treyarch 3-lane formula. There is a good variety of maps, so them sticking to World at War's theme and color palette. World at War's maps compared to the Black Ops series maps were bigger. This was because War mode and standard modes would run on the same layout. Perks were basically the exact same from COD 4, with there being a wide range of them, but only a few actual meta ones. The weapon selection in this game was nice, but the only drawback was it felt like a good chunk of the weapons were unusable, or just really bad. You had really good ones like the Thompson, PPSH, STG, MP40, and a few others. At the end of the day, World of War's multiplayer is good. It sticks to the COD formula, it doesn't stray too far away from COD 4 that it's unrecognizable. It's simple like COD 4, and that's World of War's biggest strength and weakness at the same time. With you just playing the same maps, same guns, getting the same streaks, over time doing the same thing does become monotonous or boring. But also, World of War's gameplay loop can be rewarding and addicting with you striving to get that new high kill game or those attack dogs. You can tell this multiplayer experience was made by Treyarch with the feel of the MP. World of War multiplayer may not have been anything groundbreaking, but at its core, it is still a lot of fun and it holds up today. Let's go back to the campaign for a sec. When you beat World of War's campaign, after the credits roll, after the experience you've been through, you hit with this, the introduction, the birthplace of Call of Duty Zombies. I would say without zombies, this game wouldn't be remembered as fondly. Zombies was originally just an Easter egg after you complete the campaign. That was the only way Treyarch could get Activision the green light it. But zombies became so popular that Treyarch and Activision eventually unlocked it for all. The first zombies map, Nocturne Toten, at its heart, the most simple, bare bones map. But that's why everyone loved it at the time. We had no idea what it was something new and revolutionary, and also you had no idea if it was going to stick around. Luckily, because how popular the mode became, they decided to create more maps. With each new map, you can see a sense of progression and innovation, with each map adding something new or being drastically different to the last, without it destroying what made zombies fun in the first place. Nocturne Toten was Treyarch's first attempt at something even like this. Fairly simple, bare bones, but fun. The map has a few things, wall bars, a mystery box, and some barriers, and you just see how long you can survive for. This map was actually quite challenging back in 2008. If you got around 15 to 20 on this map, that was really good. The addicting nature of zombies, always wanting to push for that new high round, is what made millions of others fall in love with zombies. After the success of zombies, Treyarch and Activision decided to double down and put some time and resources to create DLC 1, 2, and 3, which would be Verrückt, Shi No Numa, and finally Der Riese. All took the foundation of Nocturne Toten and innovated it all in their own ways. Each map showed progression from the last, adding new features, different themes, cool ideas. We got the introduction of Pack-a-Punch with Der Riese. With World of War Zombies, you get to see the mode grow over time, from Noct all the way to Der Riese. World of War always will have a place in a lot of people's heart, from its campaign to its multiplayer to zombies. That is why Call of Duty World at War is an excellent game. Hope you enjoyed, take care, have a great day, and leave any feedback in the comments.